Good evening. Good evening. Wow. It's pretty amazing to look at all of you from here, I'll tell you that. Gene, thank you very, very much for that introduction. It means a lot. Gene mentioned something in his introduction. He said, he said he wasn't claiming that he was any big friend of mine. The truth is, Gene, I've been claiming all over the province that you're a big friend of mine. I hope that's okay. I really hope that's okay. And I am mindful tonight that I stand between you and dinner. I stand between Gene Mikowski and Jason Claremont and Jeremy O'Day and dinner. So we will move things along. Thank you very much, though, Gene, for agreeing to provide that introduction. And thank you for the great work you've done on behalf of the province with respect to the development of minor football in Saskatchewan. I also want to add my thanks to all of you, to our dinner co-chairs, to Sandra and Steve, and to their entire team who have obviously put a lot of effort into this evening. I'm grateful for all of their volunteer efforts, and I wonder if you'd help me just thank them again, because it's an important night for our party. Jason Claremont, it is good. I mean, it's not like you ever left, but it is good that you are in green and white. Welcome home, and thank you for emceeing tonight. I don't thank my team enough, ladies and gentlemen, the MLAs of the Saskatchewan Party, and you met them here this evening, members of the Cabinet and members of the caucus. I get to do this. I get to stand before all of you and hopefully tell you a little bit about what we've done and what we'd like to do in the future. But I am just the person that happens to be at the front of the room of an amazing team of women and men who are dedicated in immeasurable ways to their constituencies and to the province. And so thank you to my fellow MLAs for all the work they've done. We've kept over 100 election promises in 18 months, and we is the operative word. They have made that possible, and I thank them tonight. Well, most importantly, I want to thank all of you for being here. It's an amazing crowd. You've already heard it's the largest sit-down dinner in the history of the province of Saskatchewan. You may not have heard, however, that we had to actually get tables in from Calgary. And some of the draping is in from Calgary. So not only are we bringing our people back, but they're bringing the furniture and the curtains with them. And I know we have Lloyd Snellgrove here, who's the Treasury Board Minister from the province of Alberta, and a number of very special guests from Alberta, by the way, and we welcome them here. There is a powerful new alliance in the confederation of this country that involves our two provinces, and I'm grateful that they could be here this evening. I'm also very, very grateful for this. It is a rare occurrence that Tammy could be with me at an event. It's even a rarer occurrence that our kids could be with us. And except for Megan, who's still at home, our oldest is still at home, Tammy is with me tonight, and so are Coulter and Faith. And it's just it's a wonderful thing to have them here. Absolutely. Our kids are growing up fast, like your kids. Faith is going into middle school. Coulter is going to high school, where he's going to play a little football, I think. And Megan, you'll be happy to know, has her learner's license. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reminders every day in our home that life has changed, and changed in positive ways. Conversations have changed. This is a true account of an actual conversation that occurred in my home not very long ago that involved the words, "Honey, can you turn off the vacuum? The Prime Minister is going to call." So I put down the vacuum. I got ready for the phone call. Friends, the other day I bought a GPS system here in Regina at a fine store in Regina. And Everett Hindley travels the province with me. As you know, we decided to try it out. So we programmed my home address in Swift Current into the GPS. When we got close to the turnoff to the highway, we heard the following. We heard, proceed on Highway 1 to Swift Current, exit 1A. And for 2 hours, that was it. Saskatchewan, for all of its beauty and all of its glory, and hopefully better highways as we put some more money into highways, for all of that, it is a terrible place to test a GPS. I shook the machine and looked at it. I just wanted to make sure it was working. You know, I think there should be a Saskatchewan button on those GPSs that you can press so that just every now and then it interrupts and says, you're still on the right track. I know that they do talk in mid-trip because we use this GPS on our family vacation. You remember that, Faith? And I may have missed a few turns. So many, in fact, that even now today as we drive around Saskatchewan or even Swift Current, if I happen to miss a turn, I hear Faithy's voice in the back seat, recalculating. These GPSs, though they are great navigational tools, ladies and gentlemen, they tell you, obviously, a little bit about where you've been. They tell you about where you are, and they tell you about your destination, where you're headed. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that it is at least one of the duties of government to help program the proverbial Saskatchewan GPS. Consider where we have been, and where we are, and where we're going. 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, in August of 2007, Stats Canada issued a report that indicated that Saskatchewan, over the 6 years previous, had posted the worst job creation record in the country. Just over 2 years ago, March of 2007, there were headlines in papers in our dailies across this province that said we continue to suffer from the worst outmigration of the provinces in Canada. There was a survey of young people in overwhelming numbers. They said they planned to leave. That was 2 years ago. And in just 2 years, we have seen a change. We haven't moved from up to third place or up to fourth place or up to fifth place, ladies and gentlemen. We have moved from last to best, from worst to first. We lead the country in both of these categories. I'm not taking credit for that on behalf of our government, by the way. We have been blessed obviously by resources and some good fortune. Our government's working hard to make the best of that good luck and to hopefully contribute to an attitude of growth. But it has been an amazing journey in just 2 years. Just last month, the senior economist with the Canada West Foundation offered a glowing report of our present and our prospects and said this, and I quote, that the rest of Canada should get used to the idea of being led by such a low-key, unassuming champion as Saskatchewan. Led by.